Going on, YTPC? Good to see everybody out here on a Friday night. Figured I come out here and spend a little time on YouTube and just hang out with everybody. Got smoking out of my Neerup pipe. It's a bent pot. It's got that. I like that acrylic stem on it. You guys can see that. My camera doesn't focus in that well, but it's a really nice pipe. Huge bowl. Well, for me at least. And in it, I got some Escudo. Just a great tobacco. I actually I have a jar of it here. I have another 2 tins of this. The jar is a 01718 year or whatever on it, and it's just delicious. And I was in the pipe store looking for my buddy. Just started smoking a pipe too. I figured, go out there and set him up well. And I was looking in all the old tins, and a lot of the tobacco shops, the brick and mortar shops, since I've been smoking a pipe and realizing not a lot of people buy the tins there, so some of them might sit around for a while. And I saw this Escudo at one shop, and that's where I got the 2018. And I was like, oh, it's got a couple years on it. It's a vapor, so it's pretty good. I heard it was really a really nice vapor, so I got it, tried it. I absolutely loved it, and so I went over to this other tobacco shop that's like within 4 or 5 miles on a random day just to buy my buddy a basket pipe and some tobacco because he was asking me what I like, and I said I'll give him something, So at lunch break I went out and I was looking at the back of the I saw more Escudo, and I don't know why these guys just don't put the straight up date on it. Like there's these codes. I'm sure you guys are familiar. On the back of it, right here, there's all these digits. I'm like, what the hell? What's the date on these things? And I thought I was in like an episode or a movie of the Da Vinci Code or something, trying to figure it out. But once I posted it on Facebook and people helped me out, then I realized there's a code to it. It's just the date backwards. But this one is a June 2012. So I got him a tin of that, and I picked myself up a tin. And then a week later, he comes back with me with he picked up another tin of it and gave me the last one. So I have 2 tins of 2012. So I'm going to wait till my son turns 10 in 2 years to open up one of those. And man, it's such a great vapor. I really like vapors, but this one, especially. And it's a Friday night, man. I'm out here. I'm enjoying a nice dirty martini. I think this cocktail pairs well with vapors. Every time I have one, I'm like, man, what kind of pipe tobacco would pair well? I'm not like a big pair guy, but it's just a delicious drink, man. Kicking back, I got 1 out of the 2 kids in bed so far, and the other one's preoccupied, the older one, so I'm going to take a little break. And I'm out here, my shed. I know a couple other YouTubers I follow or talk about their sheds. Mike Rondo, I believe. Mike, I'm sorry if I messed up your name, but he was talking about his shed and how wonderful it is for him to go out there and have his own space and just, I know he does all his videos from out there too, so I can relate. Him, Redcoat Piper, Redcoat's Return, is another guy who just started, taking videos in his shed, and 416 Piper too is retreating to the shed in these colder days. This shed is very. I moved into this house 3 years ago, and at my old house I had a detached garage, and it served as like my man cave or whatever, and I had a dart league out of it. I had a bunch of guys, like 20 guys come over. We had 2 boards going, playing baseball, American style darts, which is not the small darts like the English style has the small with the bristles with the triple scoring and the double scoring. American style dartboard has the big Apex number 3 darts with the turkey feathers on them, and there's just one ring on the outside for double. And we played baseball, which is innings 1 through 9. We had a team, we had averages, everything. So it was a lot of fun. And everyone come over there for Sunday football and all that. So when I moved over here, I have this shed, which is great, and it wasn't like the old garage. We called it the lodge. We had signs and everything for it. It was pretty cool. But this shed serves as a space for me too to go out. I have my dartboard here. I have a craps table. I have. We use this shed for the start of our Crokinole Club. And Crokinole, I'm going to do a whole other video on it. It is a dexterity board game. It's a Canadian dexterity board game, like similar to pool, curling, darts. It's got a lot of different aspects of all those games into one. Fascinating game. My other channel covers competitive Crokinole. It's Extra Pint Crokinole Club, if you want to go check it out. But I'm going to do a whole nother video for the YTPC and this channel on Crokinole. Anyway, we started out here with 12 guys 2 years ago, and it grew so much in the neighborhood that we had to move down to our local American Legion to fit all our league in for competitive Crokinole. And that's a whole other story I won't get into. But yeah, everyone should have a spot that they can go enjoy a pipe, enjoy a drink, have some friends over, raise some hell, and just have some fun, man. But yeah, the Escudo just goes so well with this drink. I feel it's nice and sweet. It's super smooth though, and I'm a newer pipe smoker. The vapors, are generally smooth. There's some that the Perique comes through a little bit more. I don't mind the Perique at all, but this is just super smooth. Everything works so well together. And this cocktail with the brine this is a vodka martini. So this is Tito's and olive brine. And when you shake it up in your shaker, you're to not shake it up like vigorously to make like the texture of the drink any different. It's just like sharp shakes they call it bruising the vodka. So some of the chips come off the ice cubes and not transform the texture of the vodka, but just to give it like little like shaves off the cube in it. When it pours in relatively clear. So when you shake up a drink a lot, it tends to make it really cloudy, and it changes the texture in a drink. So, but I used to, I still really like craft beer. I really like that. But a couple of years ago, in the old neighborhood, my buddy used to bartend on Tuesdays at an Italian restaurant, and he just did it once a week. And I was in there one day. I used to go and visit him while he was working. He was a very, well-known bartender there, and it wasn't like a place you go just to go to the bar. It was more like the food was really good, but I went there. They had like a bar menu, and my buddy hooked me up, and anyway, it was a really nice spot. And I remember one time it was like in the middle of the summer. It was like July, and I just didn't want a beer. Beer wasn't going to do it for me. I'm like, I don't know what I want, And then I'm like, you know what? Give me a dirty vodka martini. He's like, yeah, no problem. And he's like, what do you want? The rocks are straight up. I'm like, yeah, straight up. Sounds good. And they put this silly looking glass in front of me, my buddy. And I'm sitting there, and this is a nice Italian restaurant. I'm like, I got out of work. I don't work in the white collar industry or anything. I'm more of a blue collar warehouse worker. And I'm sitting there, and I had a little bigger beard then, and I'm looking a little tired. And it looks like I would be drinking a beer or something, but I had this fancy little glass in front of me. But man, did that hit the spot! And from there on out, I really like this drink. It's nice if it's made well. But yeah. And it also reminds me of I'm going to a wedding with my friend. She grew up across the street from me. She's getting married tomorrow. And I remember there's a story where I was over her apartment way before I got married, way before kids and all that stuff, before I even met my now wife. She worked was as a chef in an Italian restaurant, and her roommate was like the hostess there. And they were having in this Italian restaurant, the owner was like he wanted to be a celebrity chef. Like, he was well known in the area. He had his own like public access cooking show. He went into his restaurant, and he had like the studio up there so everyone could see. I don't know who really watched him, but food was all right. Excuse me, I just gotta relight this. It's kind of hard to talk and smoke, I get it. So, and I was over at their apartment, and a roommate, cute little thing, was like, Jay, have you ever bartended before? And I'm like, yeah, I bartended. And I'm thinking family reunions, parties, beers, Jack and Cokes, shots, whatever. I could do it. And I'm like, yeah, I've bartended before. She's like, oh, great. We're having our, what is it? Well, they're having a company dinner. And all the employees are going to the restaurant, and we need a bartender because our bartender, we want our bartender to be, a part of the group. I'm like, she's like, can you bartend? I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, whatever. She goes, well, we'll give you tips and stuff. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, I don't care. And so I get there, and I'm thinking it's going to be just, low-key, employees coming in, and, everyone's just going to be just bullshitting around. I'm just going to be serving them beers and shots and stuff. So I get in there, and they're like, okay, there's the bar over there. It's a nice Italian restaurant. I'm like, all right, whatever, and then the first people come up, and I'm like, all right, what do you have? And then the guy goes, yeah, I'll have a chocolate martini. I'm like, what? A chocolate martini? I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, what? Well, what's in that? He goes, I don't know what's in it. And I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like looking around, and I'm like, hey, do you know what it's in a chocolate martini? And I was told what was in it, and I made it, and it was okay. And I'm like, all right, at least that's over. And I know that this guy, if he orders another chocolate martini, I'm going to know how to make it. And then the next guy comes up, and he wants Long Island iced teas. Now, I drank a bunch of Long Island iced teas in my lifetime. I never knew how to make them. So I'm like, oh, man, yeah, I know. What's in it? And the guy's like, I don't know what's in them. So I'm like, oh, shit. And then the girl that asked me to bartend, she goes, "I thought you bartended before." I'm like, "Yeah, but family reunions and stuff like that." She starts like getting all red and stuff. But at the end of everybody like there like kind of realized like what happened, and like they were just like all cool with it, and they were expecting a professional bartender, and I I wasn't that. But I got the hang of it the rest of the night. I learned a lot actually that night, and those people in the service industry. They tip because they know that it comes back to them, and superstition and stuff, and because they know how hard people work, and I get it, because and they tipped me out great, and I wasn't really looking for like that much money, but like even though I didn't really know how to do, but in the beginning of the night, at the end, it was just funny. So, but yeah. That's good stuff, man. But yeah, like speaking of people in the service industry, my one buddy that was the bartender in the Italian restaurant where I used to go to. Whenever we go out with him to a restaurant, holy shit! Like, he tipped 20 to 30%. 30%'s a lot on the bill. Like he goes like. It's like, okay, we got to tip. Like, we go out for drinks and, like, food and stuff with the boys. It's like, all right, yeah. He talks the big game with the waitresses. Oh, I know this person. I know that person. And that's great. That's cool. The bartender, everybody, we get some free drinks once in a while. But, like, he's talking, like, 40%, like, tips. And I get it once in a while. But every time I go out with him, I'm paying that along with him because he tells everybody that he's in the service industry, and I don't know. It's just a lot, but yeah, man. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight in my beautiful shed. I want to thank Ghost Cop for giving me a shout out, giving me some more subs. I want to thank everybody else that subbed to my channel to, give a watch here and there. I appreciate it. Ghost Cop and Newton gave me a shout out, so those guys are awesome. I really appreciate, I really enjoy all your guys' channels too, man. It's fun. I never knew how much fun it was being in this community. But there's a new channel that I would like everyone else to know about because I'm brand new. This guy's really brand new. His channel is Fed Head Ed. I'll leave that in the description as well. He's a very younger guy. Let's talk about his pipes. He has like a series. I think he's like only been on YouTube for a couple weeks now. I think he's got like 20 subscribers or something, but like he's a really well-spoken dude, which I admire, and he knows about his pipes, and I think that he deserves some more subs. So if you could find it in your time to go check him out, give him some subs. But till next time, I'll be in here or out there, and I hope you guys have a good weekend, and we'll see you around.